Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving straight into a massive proposed master plan that aims to completely transform Samut Prakan into a brand new city right on the Gulf of Thailand. We're talking about K-City Bangpu. And look, this isn't just your average tourist trap. It's an incredibly ambitious blueprint that blends lifestyle, wellness, and seamless transportation into one giant coastal hub. Let's get right into it.
So, picture this for a second. What if your typical airport layover, sitting around staring at the departure board, actually became a world-class wellness retreat? That is exactly the bold question K-City Bangpu is trying to answer. They're looking to take Samut Prakan from being just a transit point on the way to Suvarnabhumi and turn it into a premium destination all its own. Imagine hitting an ice bath, getting a top-tier massage, or grabbing an incredible seafood dinner before your flight.
Okay, to keep things easy to follow, we're going to break this whole mega project down into 5 key parts. We'll start with the grand vision, look at the 6 lifestyle pillars, check out the health and sports hub, analyze their global target audience, and finally, wrap up with the actual 5-year master plan.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the overarching vision for K-City Bangpu.
The entire project is anchored by one really specific positioning statement. They're calling it the Gateway to Thailand Wellness and Coastal Experience. I love that word, gateway. It perfectly captures the vibe they're going for, bridging the fast-paced, stressful world of travel with this ultra-premium, relaxed coastal atmosphere.
Now, what's genuinely wild here is the sheer scale of this ambition, summed up by one massive number: 1 million. And no, that's not the investment cost. That is the number of visitors they aim to pull in every single year by year 5. To draw 1 million people annually, you absolutely need some serious magnetic pull.
Which brings us right to Section 2, the 6 pillars of lifestyle that make up this whole operation.
The business model here is built kind of like a giant puzzle with 6 interlocking pieces. We're looking at a tourism destination, a food destination, wellness, hotels and residences, an event space, and a transportation hub. These 6 pillars don't just stand alone. They feed directly into each other to create the complete visitor experience and, crucially, drive the revenue.
Let's highlight a couple of the really interesting ones, starting with the transportation hub. Location is everything, right? So they're planning seamless shuttle bus connections straight to Suvarnabhumi Airport. But here's the real game changer: a planned ferry connection right across the Gulf to Hua Hin. Think about that. You land at the airport, head down to Bangpu to relax, and then just hop on a boat straight to Hua Hin, completely bypassing all that heavy Bangkok traffic. It's a brilliant move.
And of course, you can't talk about Bangpu without talking about food. As a food destination, they aren't just slapping together a few restaurants. We're talking about premium seafood villages, entire floating markets, the whole shebang. Just imagine kicking back for a sunset dinner with fresh, premium seafood right on the coast. They're basically taking the area's existing charm and dialing it up to an international luxury standard.
Moving on to Section 3. Let's see how they blend all of this into an active health and sports hub.
This place is going to be high energy. As an event destination, they're dedicating serious space to international sports. The absolute standout feature here is a dedicated boxing stadium, specifically designed to showcase Muay Thai on a global stage. Plus, the surrounding areas are being mapped out to host massive marathons, cycling events, beach sports, and even huge music festivals.
But what's really cool is how they contrast that intense energy with deep, deep relaxation. Once you're done burning calories, you cross over to the wellness destination. And this isn't just your standard spa. We're talking full-on medical checkups, detox programs, and those ice baths that all the pro athletes are obsessed with right now. They're even building specialized sleep centers to help you maximize your rest. It hits the modern wellness trend squarely on the head.
Now you might be thinking, okay, a world-class mega project, this is going to cost a fortune. Well, actually, scratch that. Consider a proposed 1-day study trip starting from Bluprint. When you factor in the bus fare, a premium seafood lunch, and hitting up a nice cafe, the estimated total comes to roughly 1,000 to 1,400 Thai baht per person. That's incredibly accessible and proves they're staying highly relevant to the domestic market too.
All right, let's pivot to Section 4 and talk business strategy. The target demographic. Who is actually coming here?
To hit that 1 million visitor mark, you need a wide net. The developers are aggressively targeting 6 specific groups: Thai tourists, international travelers, Business professionals, golfers, dedicated wellness seekers, and the MICE crowd, meeting massive meetings and corporate events. It's a really smart way to diversify their revenue streams.
But beyond those broad categories, they've got a laser focus on two highly specific niche markets, the elderly and professional athletes. This ties perfectly back into those wellness facilities we just talked about. Older folks can access long-term medical wellness programs, while pro athletes can use the cutting-edge tech for training and recovery. These are extremely lucrative markets to capture.
And when we look at the timeline, the strategy gets even sharper. For the first 3 years, it's all about the domestic market. They want to build a rock-solid foundation at home first. Then, in year 4, they hit the gas pedal. That's when they scale internationally, specifically targeting high-spending markets across China, Japan, Korea, and Europe by hosting major global sports and corporate events.
Which perfectly tees up our final section, the actual chronological steps to build this thing, the 5-year master plan.
The roadmap here brilliantly illustrates the path to reality. It's basically a 5-step ladder. Year 1 is laying the foundation. Year 2 rolls out the main services. Year 3 expands the tourism zones. Year 4 scales globally. And by year 5, the ultimate goal is to be a fully recognized national landmark. It's a staggered approach to really minimize risk.
Let's zoom in on those make-or-break first 3 years. Step 1 is simply building a digital footprint and opening some cool cafes to get locals hanging out. Step 2 is huge. That's when the wellness center, the first hotels, and the boxing stadium open up to pull in crowds from further away. And by step 3, they're launching walking streets, seafood villages, and big music festivals to keep the momentum totally maxed out.
From the zoning to the cost analysis to the rollout strategy, the ambition here is just undeniable. But the million-dollar question, or rather the million-visitor question, is this: will Case City Bangpu actually successfully redefine the future of Thailand's coastal tourism? It's an incredibly fascinating blueprint, and we are going to be watching very closely to see if they can pull it off. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive today, and I'll catch you all next time.